Did you come here for something, yes or no?
Yes.
Did you come here to go to another level, go to another gear, level up in life, and fight for your family, yes or no?
Yes.
Because you're lazy, because you're entitled, and because you hate the truth, you'd rather play patty cake and bullshit and complain than train and get better.
You know what we are? We're all leaders. Am I right? Are you a leader? You're a leader. Are you guys all leaders? Are you a leader? I didn't make you take your shirt off, but I want to explain something to you. Okay? If I could teach you one thing in this world, number one, I'm a sales guy. I'm a sales trainer. Okay, but here we're going to get hit in the mouth every day. If you want to get what no one else has, you have to be different than everybody fucking else. You got to decide to go left when they're going right. You are an athlete, am I right?
That's funny. I didn't know athlete had 3 syllables. Athlete, that's amazing.
Okay, now listen to me. Whoever told you weren't anymore is a liar, and you've been sold a fucking lie. And it could have been you on accident, but you are an athlete.
Who's accused of tampering and perjury. According to newly unsealed federal indictments, prosecutors say Chris Mays orchestrated fake emails to get a new trial after being convicted of 25 crimes, including fraud and identity theft. The indictment also says Mays helped plan a witness's escape to Mexico before she could testify.
In a world full of crippling financial decisions, it's likely that none is more customary than the purchase of a vehicle, which is precisely why I'll be driving a 1987 meth shitmobile until I'm dead. And I'll die happy. Consider that you're an average retard. Not those special guys that can tell me what day of the week No Nut November ended on in 45 BC, just a regular guy with red cum. You likely spend about an hour a day behind the wheel, roughly 6% of your waking hours, unless you realize how pointless it all is, in which case you probably spend a lot more time in bed. After factoring in the large initial cost, interest, and the depreciation of the vehicle itself, it's safe to say that buying a vehicle is a total fucking scam. But hey, I guess you need it, right? After all, it's not like you have a gambling addiction.
I just lost it all. Oh my god!
Right, but gambling at least has the potential to return, so it's almost better to gamble. Now, if it shocks you to hear somebody of such high regard say that, I understand. But anything short of sucking dick for rent money because of your unsuccessful gambling is going to be less harmful than buying a car. Consider the type of scumbag that dominates the gambling industry.
Trainwreck, this is their headquarters, bro, on Google Maps. This is where...
Give me a second here.
No, this is important. This is where State Casino's located, you guys.
Oh my god. See.
How have we gone?
They sell the partially false hope that you have a fair chance at winning, whereas car salesmen sell the false hope that you have a fair chance at not being destitute in the next 7 years. And that'll about bring us to the topic. This is Andy, former record-breaking car salesman and currently the internet's favorite sales guru. You might recognize Andy from his popular Instagram reels and TikTok videos, or his insanely popular YouTube channel. But if you're just astronomically unlucky, you'll recognize Andy from Big Red Kia, which in 2021 had its owners and executives convicted and sentenced to nearly 11 years in federal prison for a range of fraudulent criminal activity, including fun crimes like wire fraud, aggravated identity theft, and obstruction of justice because one of the offenders attempted to flee to Mexico. Now, as far as the social media guru / alpha male iceberg goes, I would place Andy Elliott somewhere here in C tier. Andy is what you would call a very high-functioning individual, and basically what I mean by that is Andy spends a large majority of his time yelling at people who are forced by their employing company to listen to him. And it must be working too, because a complete course package from him will run you into the tens of thousands of dollars if you're not very, very careful. And by it must work, I don't mean customer relations are improving and subsequently sales. I think it works because this guy puts 0 points into charisma and annoys the fuck out of customers, and to the point where they're like, hey, I'll give you $100 to fuck off. Now, executives either realize or they don't that this is an effective strategy to sell a product, and they force it on their employees as a motivational tool. And effective as this probably is on boomers, I don't think it's going to work on the younger generations. Now, by some miracle, I've never been retarded enough to actually go to a dealership, but if I pull up to your dealership to buy a car, and you send a gay bald dude to yell at me about how a Kia Forte is going to change my life, I'm going to defensively shit myself to defuse the situation. Or worse. No, I'm not saying that all car salesmen are bad, or even dealerships for that matter. I'm just saying that most are evil sociopaths, and as a general rule, you should avoid them. You know, the same thing you do with personal responsibility and opportunity. And while you're doing that, you should also avoid anyone who uses a fake currency called King Cash to qualify borrowers for loans they can't afford. Because while they can cop a deal and snitch on their friends, you'll still owe the lender. Now, I'm sure at this point you're saying, but Johnny, if this guy's such a bozo, how come his message resonates with so many people? How come his content's so successful? So let's look at the content.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's Andy. A lot of you leave comments telling me that you need help. Do me a favor. I'm going to tell you the best way.
Andy's content does fall in the same genre or category that the alpha male grifter types fall into. There seems to be a strong correlation between the rise of content like this and the fall of masculinity in the eyes of Western society. And as a grifter type Pokemon, Andy is a small piece of a larger whole, and so I think it's probably best to address this entire genre together. However, I may single out Andy briefly because Andy seems to uniquely occupy a bridge between two types of social media personality. On one hand, you have some type of finance bro, guru type individual, and on the other hand, you have alpha male / life coaches. Now, you might see this type of content as extremely easy to critique or insult, but it's likely that you suffer from a combination of Reddit use and brain damage. Either way, I would like to say that sometimes these guys say things that are actually beneficial, but I can say with confidence that for every good thing that they say, it's at least a 1 to 10 ratio for something that is useless or complete fucking bullshit. For instance, it's a good idea to work out, but if your age is 18 to 25 and male, my advice to you would not be to wake up at 4 a.m. or run 65 miles a day. It would probably be more like you should work very hard and invest enough money to quit. And I do mean gamble. Andy, on the other hand, apart from saying physical fitness improves your mood and confidence, literally never says anything of value. It's actually impressive how despite the way he behaves socially, he still manages to sell a product that teaches proper social behavior. Especially when the advertisement for the product, that doesn't work by the way, also doesn't work.
I think 1 to 10, I think you're a 2. Tell me what you think. What do you think 1 to 10 you are? He thinks he's a 10. So what I hear David saying, see, I'm looking for people that want to grow. Am I right? Sir. But David 1 to 10's a 10. He can't grow no more. He's maxed out, man. Maxed out. You done?
No.
So you are a 2 and you got lots of room to grow.
Correct.
So number 1, did I just close him? He was a 2?
Yeah.
I'm a fucking master closer.
Alright, I think I get it. Let me try that same strategy. Okay, I have a car for sale. It doesn't run. It's a piece of shit. There's no paint. $50,000. Okay, no deal. What if I told you that same car wasn't a car at all? It was actually a pallet of gold bricks worth $400 million. We got a deal now? That's what I thought. I'm a master closer. And all of these guys are guilty of this kind of worthless nonsense. It's just that Andy seems to believe his own bullshit to a degree even greater than the likes of Grant Cardone. Even Andrew Tate breaks character on occasion. I think that's all I have to say about Andy Elliott. If I'm being honest, I just don't want to watch his videos anymore. It's a degree of mental torture that I just don't think I want to fucking deal with. Until next time, follow me on the other sites. Have a good day.